Right, hey everybody, what is up? My name is Martin.
And my name is Taylor.
And welcome to 2K Central.
Hello, welcome back after a long time.
Yeah, so we're both here to discuss the Mafia 3 expansions, and perhaps we'll touch on Mafia 3 in general, because it's had quite a few updates since.
Yep.
It's slightly better. But we're mostly going to be giving our overall thoughts on the DLC.
Yeah, and this is the final finale of the Mafia videos on our channel.
I know what everyone's thinking, thank God.
This will be the last kind of farewell to Mafia. We're just going to talk about Mafia. We don't know how long the video will be though.
And we'll talk about, I guess, Hangar 13's next move. Actually, that's a good one as well.
That is a good one.
We'll give them some advice because they would listen to us, clearly.
I hope they listen to us.
Alright, so first of all, we'll talk about Faster Baby. So we have
Baby.
Lincoln teaming up with the Voice and Roxy Laveau to take down the corrupt sheriff, Beaumont, isn't it? In Sinclair Parish, which is a brand new area. What did you think about that overall?
Just the story. I think about the story? The story, it was, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was disappointing. Because I thought that they were going to go kind of all out with the DLCs, because I knew that they wouldn't have the DLC. I knew the DLCs wouldn't be long because of DLCs. Maybe not as short as they were, I didn't think that. But I did think that they would heavily focus on the story, especially maybe on the first one, to try and hook people into the DLCs. But I just felt that they really rushed Faster Baby out the door, just with all, do you know those cutscenes that I always go on about? Do you know, the static? Oh, those ones. So that, and in terms of the written story, I didn't really follow the written story. Like,
it actually starts pretty well with, remember, Beaumont talking to like a civil rights member during the night. He's on like the payphone, like, who are you calling? And he's like, my mama, she worries. He's like, your mama. They set up Beaumont like perfectly as this like creepy character who poses like a good enough threat, but as you said, because it's so short and it only takes like 2 missions to take him down, he's like so wasted, I think, as a character.
Yeah, I mean, when you do take him down, I was like, oh yeah, I'd forgotten it was about him, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to go and take out this guy. I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, I think they should have made him more of a threat, or at least give him a few more moments where you think, oh, he might win. But it's like, alright, we have this guy, and then, alright, he's eliminated immediately. And once Lincoln takes down Beaumont, which is way too easily, we have that romance with Roxy. What did you think of that whole thing?
Well, I will say this, that I love that part. In fact, I will actually. Hey, don't get wrong idea. I wasn't thinking about that. I mean, like, that part alone, the scene with Lincoln and Roxy, I thought I'll be bold enough to say that actually that's one of my favourite moments at the whole Mafia.
Oh,
game.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know why. I felt like in Mafia, Lincoln was lacking that part of having like an emotional connection with someone, and so when this happened, not only was that part good, but like just the way it was written and stuff like that, I thought it was perfectly written, and I was proper into it. Like,
I don't mind romances in games, like, because some games do it well. I think Mafia did it so well. Like, others seem to like force it. Have you ever played like a BioWare game? Mm-hmm. It's like every fucking character's like, hey, you want to have sex? And you're like, no, I just want to play the main story here. And it's like, sure? You sure you don't? I'm putting out. Yeah,
because you actually like matched Lincoln with Roxy. Roxy was like the female version of Lincoln. So when they were like in the room together, when you first got the hint of they might get together, you were like rooting for them because they just fit so well together. So I think Hangar 13 really nailed that part of Fast.
Yeah, because they both have like guards up, don't they? And then when they were alone in that room, it was like they finally let the guards down. It was nice little moment. Exactly. But yeah, overall like a decent concept, I think, Faster Baby, but just way too short and felt pretty kind of pointless, I think, in terms of Lincoln's story, except for Roxy. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like he grew, from that side story at all. While, like Sign of the Times, we did get to explore him as a character a little more. Like, he opens up a bit more.
Exactly, yeah. You really see his other side.
Exactly. I guess we'll talk about the map and maybe some of the gameplay as well about Faster Baby.
So, with Faster Baby, I actually really... I didn't think I would like what they done, because I felt like it might become a bit too arcadey and maybe a bit too...
It was a little too arcadey, but still, like, it was a decent change.
Maybe a little bit Simpsons hit and run kind of thing when they had with all the ramps and destruction and stuff.
Just like a little too forced, I think, to like bump in the shit.
Yeah, but in terms of like just general destruction and stuff around the map, I thought that was quite good. Maybe not have all those missions where you have to run around and destroy everything, but that destruction and ramps I did quite like. And but the map in general, I thought it looked amazing.
But it was just the only issue was it was so empty.
Exactly.
And there wasn't much to do, I think, outside of destroying the billboards and shooting vehicle traps. I think it could have been much more interesting if they just opened up more buildings in the town.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, I think that's partially why I liked Sign of the Times so much, is like there's more open buildings, it's like a better atmosphere, and it just made those like locations more memorable, like that nightclub. Now every time I pass it, I'm like, oh, there's that place.
Exactly, yeah. That was good, and I think that's what Faster Baby was just missing. It just felt empty. The story felt a little bit empty, and the map felt a little bit empty.
It just felt like maybe just another backdrop for the narrative.
Yeah.
And I think we both mentioned this previously, maybe not in a video, but like Hangar 13 are so focused on having their game be open world, because I think that's what's popular in the gaming industry, and they kind of want to like, oh, let's make a great game. But I hope they understand like it isn't exactly what's needed now to create a good game.
Yeah, we did talk about that. We did say that. I think now I was thinking about this actually, and I will say that in what Mafia 2 did wrong, I did say that it wasn't open world, and I actually will take that back. I will eat my words, because I do wish now that Mafia 3 was more linear than it was.
I think we both wanted that, but
yeah.
It's just if you can't execute it properly and like fill it with stuff to do, then it's just like an empty vessel, I think, for the story.
Aye.
But yeah, I guess we'll talk about the weed business as well, or herbalism, I think it's called, isn't it? Have you gotten far into that?
Right, so I have a major problem with this. As much as I do love...
complaints, I love it.
As much as I do love the growing the weed part, right, I'm all for it. So I went in and looked around it, and it was all really cool. I really liked the idea and stuff. Like the technicality to it was really cool, and so I was first impressed when I'd done it. So I planted my weed.
Yeah, baby.
And was expecting it to grow. Now I thought it would do some game magic and maybe grow instantly, but no. Then it said like come back in what, an hour's game time or something like that.
Yeah.
Now this is where the problem is, right? So when I've done this, I've completed the whole game, and there's nothing else to do. So when the game then tells you come back in 1 hour's game time to collect the weed, I was like,
yeah, you're just waiting.
Do I drive around for an hour? What did I do? I had nothing to do. So that was the main problem. There was a major like loophole there where the Hangar 13 obviously didn't see that.
Honestly, I think it's maybe more beneficial if you're still playing through the full game, because you can plant a route and then go do a main mission. So then when you finish that mission, the weed should be ready for distribution.
Yeah.
But if you have everything done like we do, it just feels like a lot of waiting around and pretty much a waste of time to some extent.
Yeah.
You're literally just sitting there waiting for this fucking plant to grow.
Yeah, no, that's the problem, because anyone playing the main game, they're not going to go, okay, I'm playing the main game, I'm also going to play the DLC at the same time.
Yeah.
That's not how like gamers work. So, but if I was to give advice to someone, I'd say, oh, start the Faster Baby DLC when you can and grow weed, because the money from that would really help you during the main game.
Exactly, yeah. And I've done it all, sadly. I was hoping for like some type of payoff.
You done it all. You grew all the
did
weed.
it all. I did it all, but it doesn't pay off. All you get is a weed van, and you obviously make a little more money from it if you have all the upgrades, but it's seriously, it felt like a job. It actually did. I was like, are you making me do this?
You are the weed master. You grow all the weed.
I wanted to get all the achievements, you see, and there's ones associated with it. There's one that's fucking glitched. I need one achievement for the entirety of the game, and it's, you gotta shoot like the vehicle traps, and I've done hundreds of them, and it hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked?
Yeah, it's like glitched out or something. I think a lot of people have a common issue, but it annoys me.
Actually, I seen a comment the other day, and someone was saying, no, it was on Twitter. Someone said, how did you get the so-and-so achievement? Nah, I can't remember what achievement it was, but it was, how did you get the so-and-so achievement? Because I'm not able to get it for some reason. And I seen it, and I was like, what? How?
It's bloody glitched. The fuckers.
Right.
They'll fix it eventually, I think, with an update. Hopefully.
Eventually.
Yeah, I wonder if they will continue to update it. I hope so.
Yeah. So, overall, what would you rate Faster Baby out of 10?
All things considered, I'd probably give it a 6, maybe.
Yeah.
6 out of 10. But I am leaning towards 5 because it's so lackluster. But yeah, I'll probably go 6 out of 10. I hate rating games because it's such a easy way out, but yeah. 6.
Well, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I'd give it a 5, I think.
Yeah.
5 for me is average, and I thought it was average. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't too terrible. It wasn't amazing. It was just average.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about the improved Stones Unturned.
Stones.
We have John Donovan's pursuit of his old rival, isn't it? Or frenemy, Connor Aldridge. Well, I don't think they were ever friends, were they?
No.
Yeah, actually, I really like this. Super linear focus, but I guess my only small issue of it was it seemed super over the top, you know, with like firing a light machine gun from the back of the car and carriage's explosion everywhere. Like I don't know if I like that too much.
we were talking about this before we started recording this, and we were saying that like we didn't actually remember any of the missions that happened before you got to the island.
Yeah, I just remembered the island.
Yeah, I just remember the island, but that kind of tells you that I think they did the island right. Maybe not in terms of, like you said, maybe not in terms of going over the top. They probably went a wee bit over the top.
Yeah.
But just in terms of the map and how you had to go through the jungle and stuff like that, I thought they did that quite well.
And I think they did well as well. It's like everywhere you travelled with John Donovan, you had the little conversations.
Yeah.
I think he changes the radio at some point, like, why are you listening to this shit music? And he swaps back. I don't know, I just like the banter between them two.
I love that character, and he made that DLC, I think, when you were going through the jungle, and the part I loved was going to the jungle and you see Donovan going up and assassinating the guys in front of you, and he makes little smart comments and stuff. It's little touches like that Mafia 3 missed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the full game is. Like, if you think about it, if you had like Vito with you for like a portion of the game instead of just the one little mission where you recruit him,
yeah,
honestly, it would have been such a better experience, because it felt super kind of lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just the Lincoln Clay story rather than a Mafia story.
Yeah, that's a perfect point, actually. I'd agree with that. I think it did feel lonely playing it. You just kind of felt like you were completely on your own. And I guess he was on his own taking out people, but you can't really have that in a story. You can't really have him alone. You need like a support character.
That's what kept Mafia 2 going, was the traveling from A to B with characters as they like bickered in the car and just talked about the previous mission they were doing, or the mission that they were going to do. It just kind of it set things up perfectly, and I think that's totally what Mafia 3 missed.
I feel like Joe was like just as much a main character as Vito was, except you didn't play Joe, but he was there all the time, and it was like you were playing him as well.
It's like, yeah, the Mafia family. Like, it felt like a family. While this really did feel like Lincoln Clay, the story, or the adventures of Lincoln Clay.
Yeah, now, in terms of with Stones Unturned in the gameplay, did you use, I know you had to have used the car with the gun on top, but did you use the RPG?
No, I didn't actually use that during the whole playthrough, actually.
Right, so this is my problem. I either did that. I never ever used the RPG. In fact, so I actually I actually found the RPG on a table, and because it was part of the DLC, I was going to pick it up. You see this in the walkthrough. I was going to pick it up and use it. But I did pick it up, and it had like 2 bullets in it, I think it was, so you could use it twice.
That was it?
Yeah, and I was going to
throughout the entirety of the whole DLC. Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna have to move one unless you picked up ammo from somewhere. I don't know where you pick up RPG rockets, but I just felt like surely they'd put way more ammo on you if you were gonna use the RPG to actually.
Yeah, that's a downside. Yeah, I totally forgot that it was even in the game.
Oh, exactly. There you go.
That's not good. They should have like set it up like perfectly where it's like, alright, you kind of have to use it at this point, just to kind of introduce it, you know.
Now, what I will say about Stones Unturned was that it actually it gave me like hope, I guess, because you had a faster baby, and then I was like, oh no, this better not be what all the DLCs are like. And then we went to Stones Unturned, and it was a massive improvement in terms of the story.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I was like, okay, so maybe the last one will be maybe like much better, and I think it was actually.
Yeah, you just seen signs of them listening to the audience for once. It's like the linear focus. I think we said that every video after the release of Mafia 3. Like every single one, we're like, this just needed a linear focus to be fucking great. But I think honestly, if the full game had a linear focus, it probably would have been like 8 hours. Like that's I think their issue is their pacing. They kind of go through it too fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think with Sign of the Times, we've seen alright, the pacing kind of seemed perfect there.
Yeah.
For me at least.
Yeah, it was. So Stones Unturned, what would you give that out of 10?
I'd say probably 7. I'd give it a 7 still, I think.
Right, you get a 7. I'd give it a 7, I think.
Yeah, that is fair, because it was so short. We didn't actually talk about the bounty hunting.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the bounty hunting.
That was a little tacked on, wasn't it?
Yeah, so did you do the bounty hunting?
Yeah, I did it all.
And did you like it?
No, not really. I like the first one. I was like, alright, this seems interesting. It's kind of funny. There's like some guy streaking.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta catch him. It's like, alright, this is gonna be interesting. But then it just turned out to be like every other mission. Where it's like, alright, drive here, pick up the guy, bring him back. It wasn't very interesting by the end.
Now, like once again, I felt like the bounty hunting was an improvement on, say, like the Wii. So like every DLC, it was getting better. And what I did love about that one was the sleep gun. I thought the sleep gun,
little dart gun, yeah.
Yeah, I loved that. But one problem I had with that was that like, so you'd put the guy to sleep, try and put him in the trunk. But when you were trying to do that, there's so many witnesses would start trying to call, and it became impossible. Police came, started shooting out your tires with the body in the car. You didn't have to stop, kill all the police, take the body out of the car, put it in a new car, while more police are coming. It just felt maybe a little bit. Maybe this is. I don't know if you had difficulty, but I actually had difficulty with that. I found it hard.
Yeah, I didn't actually run into too many issues with it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that hard, but that's a fucking shame.
Yeah, I know. You just see me trying to take a body out the trunk and walk with it on my shoulder, acting as though nothing's wrong. While these policemen are like, put the body down.
Oh, that's funny.
Just let me put the body in the trunk and drive away.
Yeah, what did you think of Aldridge as a character?
Oh, yeah, so I forgot about this. So Aldridge, I really liked him. See, it was like in Faster Baby, you have the one scene with Roxy. In this scene, the final scene that you had with it, that Donovan and Aldridge had, I thought that was really good. See, when you first, I think it's when you first meet Aldridge, and it does the flashback to when Donovan and him were in the alleyway. I thought that was amazing.
It was super tense.
Yeah, I was loving it. So, like I'm saying, little drops of hints here and there just made you feel like it was getting better. The DLCs were getting better.
They were, especially from like a narrative perspective. They were getting better.
Yeah, but I think in What We Want, I think I did the video for What We Want in Stones Unturned, or it was one of those videos. I said that I wanted to really hate Aldridge, like I wanted to fucking kill him, right?
Yeah, but by the end you're like, I get where you come from, type thing.
Yeah, and I think that was good how they done that.
Yeah, it wasn't like just a villain. I think, well, they're all kind of villains in their own way, but you could kind of relate to him in a wee way.
That was deep. Oh, they are all kind of villains in their own way. You're completely right.
They actually are, yeah. It's just bad versus evil, kind of.
Yeah.
That's how I see it anyway.
So Faster Baby 6. No, well, you gave it 6, I gave 5, and then Stones Unturned both gave it 7.
Yeah.
So on to the.
And we did say they continually improved, so you can see where this is going with Sign of the Times.
On to the final DLC.
So we got
Sign of the Times.
Father James, Anna, and Lincoln teaming up to take down a ritualistic cult, the Unsung Galante. Isn't that how you say it? I swear I can never.
Unsung.
I need it in front of me to say it. Like I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I know. I struggle to speak my own language. Never mind some sort of French.
All right, so let's immediately, I guess, talk about Anna and her whole arc. That was a dark one, wasn't it?
It was.
I was pretty shocked when she slit her own throat. I seriously thought Lincoln would be able to kind of save her from herself, and the whole thing would be he can save her, but he can't save himself, type thing.
Yeah.
But damn, did that take a bad turn.
What I loved about this one was that they just went all out with this DLC. I think they just didn't hold back, and they kept shocking me. So when she did slit, I genuinely thought Lincoln would have been able to save herself. That's just what you kind of expect to happen. No, they straight up fucking killed her off.
Yeah,
they just fucking chucked her in the bin.
That's perhaps the darkest scene I've experienced in a game in quite some time. Seriously, it was tight.
I was you hear it in the walks. I was shocked. I was taken aback.
The funny thing is, it's he walks in and he sees Father James knocked out, and I thought, oh no, they've come and kidnapped her, Anna. They found her, and then it's no, she's just in the bathroom suicidal. Yeah. But you get why she would do it, because she goes through such a dark fucking story. It's so bad.
I think she's already gone. I think by the time Lincoln and Father James get to her, she's already too far.
She's too broken now.
Yeah, into the. I think he says that. I think
he has a line. Yeah,
says that
they gone done and broke her or something.
Yeah,
something
she's too gone or something like that. The one thing that bothered me about this, I think this is the only thing that bothered me, was that they're all good actors and stuff, but just you hear me in the walkthrough when she's saying lines when she's
Lincoln Clay.
She really drags out what she's saying. And she starts in that, and I kept shouting her to get it out and stuff. Oh. Yeah,
no, she was a good voice actor. Yeah, it was super creepy, but it was a little off-putting how goddamn country she was.
It was.
I get why people complain about our accent now when it's something you're not used to.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel you.
But so, what did you think of the whole feel of the DLC? Because it had a completely different feel from the Mafia main game and the rest of the DLC.
Yeah, the whole atmosphere. It's super kind of eerie and creepy. I did like the whole investigation aspect of the game as well. It reminded me slightly of LA Noir, whenever you're exploring the bodies and stuff. I enjoyed using the blacklight as well, to explore the walls, and you seen all the markings. I was at one point super uneasy, you could hear them going he's coming and stuff like that there. You could hear these creepy little girls just taunting you as you're walking from A to B. It was tight.
I'm such a gimp, and I cannot play scary games. By the way, I get so scared. I get
picturing you in a game
tears in my eyes and stuff, and I start overheating and things. So I think it's when you're walking through the underground bit and stuff, and you hear they're like witches. I say this. I was they're I see him. I was like, oh, you creepy bitch. Oh, no.
Yeah, there's like, whenever they get close to, they jump on your back and start like stabbing you in the neck.
And they're so fast.
Yeah, but you soon realize you can just melee them. You just like choke slamming them and picking them up. And he does this hilarious animation where he like literally picks them up and just body slams them. It's so funny, especially if you throw them down the stairs. I was doing that quite a lot.
But yeah, they were so fast with the knives. They like they remind me of this is like a throwback. I mentioned this in previous Q&As and stuff. But it's like in the Harry Potter PC games.
Oh no! Don't be bringing this up again.
They're like the little imps that come out of the little things and that. They run after you. They're so fast, and you have to pick them up and chuck them. Like I was saying about the feel. Remember I said to you it was like Murdered Soul Suspect. I really liked that game. It felt like that, and I actually thought before the DLC came out, I actually thought that's what it would be like, and I was hoping that's what it would be like, and it was. And I think that's why I liked it so much, was because the DLC actually met my expectations this time.
The only thing like that bothers me at it is the Mafia series, and it's like it has nothing to do with it. I think that's the only issue. Is like every single expansion was going further and further away from the game, which is a little scary if they're going to make the next one. It's like, where are you going to go with this? I hope they just go back to the roots. If
you think about it, imagine Sign of the Times as its own game. That could be its own game.
Yeah.
That was like...
I was thinking that as well. I was like, I would like a 10-hour game now from Higher 13 that's survival horror. I would actually fucking buy that. I would.
They done that so well. They just, they nailed the atmosphere in that game. The characters, I think they nailed. I absolutely despised the cult leader. What was she had that stupid...
Bonnie.
I don't want to call that stupid accent because... I don't want to call it stupid accent because I know that people out there will have that accent.
I don't think anyone's going to have it to that extent. That's... I don't know. She was putting that on a bit more than she had to.
I probably know I have an annoying accent to other people, so it's all mutual. And she grinded my gears. I couldn't listen. I couldn't bear listening to her. She annoyed me so much.
And what did you think of her introduction scene where she meets Lincoln down below? Remember, she puts on the gas to make him hallucinate?
I liked that. I really liked that.
It was pretty creepy.
It was creepy, and I felt so vulnerable because she does the gas thing to him, where he hallucinates and stuff. So
and then she just walks away.
Exactly. So you feel so vulnerable. She could have killed him in that moment, and she didn't.
The one time as well where like Lincoln isn't in the power position. It's like, all right, he's kind of vulnerable here.
He's literally on the floor on his back, and he's like waking up, and he has no idea what the fuck's just happened.
Yeah.
And she just walks away like a boss. Like she's just completely destroyed him without even laying a finger on him. And
that expansion also has one of the most brutal kills or finishes from Lincoln Clay.
Yes, I know exactly
what you're talking about. Where he snaps the guy's neck. It's so... I was like, whoa.
This is what I mean by they went full out. They done that to what was her name that killed herself?
Anna.
Yeah, Anna. They killed her, and then this priest. So I thought this kind of showdown was gonna go down with this priest, and I was getting ready to I don't know, have some sort of storyline with this guy. But no, he just puts him on the table and snaps his neck back. I was like, oh well, that's him out the game already.
Yeah, but his reveal was pretty sadistic too. Seeing him on the camera and the whole rape thing, I was like, man, like this is dark. They went there.
I know, it made my heart thump. And so I think they nailed the story and the writing. They nailed the characters. They nailed the atmosphere. And that's like exactly what I was hoping for when this DLC came out.
Yeah, like, and after that as well, you go back and Anna does commit suicide. I thought she was just going to like stab her stomach to kill like the child or something.
Get the demons out or something.
Yeah, but slitting your own throat.
She goes all out. She fucking... Poor Anna. And do you know what I loved as well? Was the ending. I loved the ending. Do you know, with the whole... This is where...
Oh, where he finally mourns?
Yeah. This is where I don't think you could play Sign of the Times while you're playing the main game. I think you have to play Sign of the Times after the main game.
Yeah.
Because that topped it all off when he went outside and he got closure and he mourned the graves and stuff, yeah. Yeah,
because throughout the entirety of the game, he doesn't want to look back at the past whatsoever. He keeps moving towards Salamarcano and keeping his mind on vengeance. And to finally see him somewhat open up about it was a good moment.
Yeah, like that's actually, now that I think of it, that's actually one thing the main game missed out was you never got proper closure on all Lincoln's relatives.
He didn't have enough human moments, and that was like the first human moment he's had, I think.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the ending to Mafia 3. with the whole Leo Galante and Joe. Thought that was great.
And the showdown with Sal Marcano as well.
Yeah, and then also decision with Father James. You have to decide what you're going to do. I thought that was great, but they did miss out the relative part. You got that at the end of Sign of the Times when they finally got to Mourn, and I was like, oh, that hit me.
Yeah. Oh man, and like he's kind of able to nearly save everyone as well, Lincoln, and it's like the one person he couldn't save since Sammy. Yeah. It's like just full circle for him. It's like,
it gets me now. I wish I could save them. Fuck Georgie and Samus. Georgie and his stupid sideburns.
I know. He should just shave those fucking things.
Bastard.
It's so funny actually. I remember during the whole build up to that, we were like, Georgie's going to turn. He's going to turn on Sal.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
I was like, fuck.
I did like where he's just like, I'm doing the same thing you would have done for Sammy or something like that there, and he just gets fucking annihilated then. But like, you get his motives. All right, we'll talk about it did introduce some new gameplay features. The focus mode. What did you think of that?
Right, so I feel like a hypocrite when I talk about this, because when I think about it, I don't like it, because I just feel like it's complete copy and pasted, and I kind of feel like I'm just re-saying what everyone says in the comments, but it's because it's true. It's completely copy and pasted from Grand Theft Auto 5, and Hangar 13 have no argument against it. They can't say that it's not copy and pasted, because there is.
Yeah, they keep bringing in features from other games. Like, yeah. I don't mind if you do it and then you like expand on it and make it better, but it's like kind of like worse versions of features from other games.
Yeah, but when I say I feel hypocritical, even though I think that, I used it so much. You see in the walkthrough, I used it so much.
It's super helpful, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you feel dirty every time you do it.
Yeah, like the slow motion driving, like everyone has problems with the driving, I think. So the slow motion driving really helped, and then the slow motion bullets in Sign of the Times, that just made you dominate. That was I actually did enjoy using it, but I felt guilty using it because I felt like it was copy and pasted.
It was. And the throwing knives, did you use them much?
No, and I did say this, right? It's because, so I tested them, picked them up, and yeah, they were good. One hit kill, so that's good. Now, one, you have to be accurate because it's not unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made it
a little more difficult.
A little bit too difficult. I felt like I just kept running out of ammo, and because I kept running out of ammo, I just didn't remember to use the knives.
Yeah.
Because my mindset was I was always out of ammo. So I felt if you had like way more, it's like the RPGs. I felt like if you had way more ammo with it, not unlimited, because I think that's overpowered. You could just spam knife, get instant kills everywhere. But I think if you got a little bit more ammo, then they'd be. I would have used them more, but I didn't use them.
Yeah, and obviously this it had a little door puzzle as well. I think you were saying you're struggling with that.
I messaged you.
People don't know, right? Taylor just sent me a message like, Martin, how do you do the door puzzle? And I was like, it took me like 20 minutes to reply or something until I seen it. And I was looking at the message like, what puzzle's he on about? Because I did it first try, just pure luck. Like I just turned to the left or whatever and it worked. So I was like, what puzzle's he on about?
I'm sure I left it in. Like I'm sure I left it up to a bit, because when I was actually recording it goes up to I'm doing the door puzzle, and I was like, right, okay, I don't know how to do this, I'm gonna message Martin, and then there's like a 10-minute pause, something like that, of it's just recording nothing. I'm just sitting there waiting on a reply, and I wasn't getting a reply. So then I remember saying, I was like, okay, I'm not getting a reply, and I was just playing about with it, and it got through, and I'm sure it's in it, but I cut it down obviously.
Alright, that's funny. Yeah, you eventually got it.
Yeah, I had to message you halfway through.
Were you like so frustrated, like fuck's sake?
Well, I had no idea. Usually I get some sort of hint on how I could maybe solve it.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be a hint towards that.
No idea.
If there was a hint, I totally missed it. I totally missed the hint.
How did you get through it?
As I said, I just turned left once and it worked.
Get lost?
Yeah. Yeah, I just seen the option then press X, open door. I was like, I did it.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, that was so lucky.
I turned it literally about 50 times.
That is ridiculous.
I was sitting there for about 15 minutes just turning it. And eventually it just comes up, press E to open or whatever it is on PC. I was like,
I guess we'll move on to Sammy's bar. Did you play around with that much?
Okay, so I'm going to be honest here. I've not actually done it. I've not done it.
You didn't touch it at all?
No, I've not touched it at all. I don't know, I felt like once I'd finished the story, there
was no need.
If I'm going to be honest, I couldn't be bothered playing any more of the game, so...
Yeah, I get that.
As much as I did like the DLC, I don't know, too obsessed with Battlegrounds.
So you didn't get to try out the new car either?
No.
That is actually pretty badass, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it's super good.
So would you say that's the best side part to all the DLCs?
Yeah, by far, I think.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it doesn't make money back though, which is a bit weird.
It doesn't?
No. So like you just spend all this money on it and what seems like Lily must just take all the income because it makes nothing back for you.
Right, and answer me this, because I've been wondering this. Can you drink at the bar?
You can, yeah. I don't think... I don't know if you can get drunk, though.
So I think this is proof about how they listen to people, because I've seen so many times through the comments over the last year about...
Let us eat and drink, bring back the fridges.
Wish you could drink, wish you could fill up petrol.
Sandwiches, we want sandwiches.
Yeah, no, they've not done the pet drying, but they've added the drink bit. They must have thought, let's add the drink into Sammy's bar to shut the bastards up.
Shall we talk about what Hangar 13 should do next? But let's first rate Sign of the Times.
Yeah.
I think I'm going with 8.
You going with 8?
Honestly, if it was like an hour longer, I'd nearly go 9. Like if it had an hour extra fucking story or better content.
Yeah, no, I'd say a 9. It was a 9 for me. I loved it. I think it's, apart from it being too short, I genuinely think it's this might be a bit out there, but I genuinely think it's one of the best DLCs I've played. Anyway, I loved it. I think they completely nailed it.
Because I think like the previous 2 DLCs, they had like 1 or 2 moments. This had like 5 or 6 where you're just like, that stood out.
Yeah, and there was no moment during the DLC where I was like, right, this is getting a bit boring now, let's go, come on. I didn't want it to end, I wanted it to like keep going.
And the Places of Darkness too were pretty cool, even though they were kind of short, I thought. There was one that was like super dark. It took me bloody forever to like maneuver my way around.
Oh, yeah. I remember this. I didn't know if this was a glitch in my own game or not, but did the lights go out for you at one point?
And I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do now? Like, I didn't have a light or anything.
And you have to use... Yeah, I know. You don't get a light during that time. And so I thought it was a glitch. But no, you have to use the minimap to try and see where, like, cover is so you can hide behind cover.
Yeah, I was just running into walls and shit for like a minute and a half.
I thought that was so smart. And then it's a really good bit in the walkthrough, actually. I was, like, using the minimap to maneuver, and I couldn't see a thing. And then I just seen, like, this light of a torch of an enemy come towards me. And it scared the shit out of me. And it made it so tense. And it was so good.
See, for me, they went off like when I was up high and I couldn't get down.
Oh, right.
I couldn't get down a damn ladder. I was like, what? I was so close to like reloading because I was so angry I couldn't get down the fucking ladder. I didn't know where it was.
That's like the ultimate troll from Hangar 13.
And I was like, did I miss like a pistol with a flashlight or something? And I was like running back looking for it, and I was like, nah, fuck, I'm just stuck up here. I
was pressing the wrong button for the flashlight or something like that. I don't know. That is a troll. They put that in, and they've been laughing at that. They've got
motherfucker's gonna get stuck up here.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so we'll talk about what Hangar 13 should do next. What do you think? It's a big question, like it's a tough one. And obviously we're not really in a position to give any advice. We don't know how to make video games, we just talk about them.
Yeah, and I don't want to, maybe as much as I've done it in the past, I don't actually hate Hangar 13. What I think they should do is the most ideal thing. Although, right, so did you hear this? Did you hear that they merged with 2K Czech?
Yeah, I heard that.
So they merged with 2K Czech, which makes me think that whole team, 2K Czech, will be working on the next Mafia, if there is a next Mafia.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, I guess, 2K Czech actually made the cutscenes for Mafia 3, which I think many people regard as the best aspect of the game.
Yeah. And best aspect of the game that you play is the cutscenes. But I think that if Hangar 13 were to do their own separate thing, it should stay up to 2K Czech to make the next Mafia, if there is going to be one. And if I'm being honest, I think Hangar 13 should look into creating some sort of creepy game like the Sign of the Times, because I would definitely buy that.
I feel like their next game should be similar to, not like based on setting, but Wolfenstein, the series. Like I don't want it to be Nazis or anything, but like a linear shooter with chapters again, you know, with each level being like quite open for exploration. That way they could have the Playboy mags still around.
That's perfect, but would you have it first person though?
No, not first person, just third person shooter.
Yeah.
But it's all like aimed to feed the narrative and to keep the player moving.
That's a really good idea, have it like Wolf,
Because Wolfenstein, like every level's still very open. Like it's not like it's this little hallway that you're running down every time. Yeah. And the new one even is even more open, I've noticed.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Like if they're going to do Mafia 4, they can't have an empty map again. Not in 2017 or 2020 or 22, whenever the fuck this will come out.
And they have to go, they can't do modern. I hate when people say this, but I don't, the Mafia shouldn't be, even though you do get Mafia nowadays, It's not the Mafia that everyone thinks of. The Mafia was back years ago. They should go way back to years ago. Do you know when the Mafia 1 was first set?
Yeah.
I think they should go back to the 20s and 30s. Back in there and remake a Mafia for back then and do the whole crime family and the crime bosses and stuff. That'd be so good. And like a city. Maybe do New York again, or maybe do like Chicago or something like that.
So the only way a Mafia story can go forward is by going back.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, that's the cheesiest fucking thing ever. Oh, God.
Oh, we got so close to getting through this whole thing without a cheesy comment.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be us otherwise.
I know.
Or a bad joke, actually. We haven't said a bad joke.
Oh, yeah, we haven't said a bad... Don't say one now, I can't deal with it.
We actually cut back on the comedy a bit, I think.
Oh, the comedy, yeah.
We used to throw in like 3 or 4 jokes every goddamn video.
Yeah.
Or at least 2 good ones.
To be fair, though, this is like the Mafia discussion thing. If we were doing a Q&A, we'd probably take it the absolute piss, but... Yeah. I've tried not to take the piss this time because I didn't want to completely slaughter Hangar 13.
Alright, do you want to say goodbye? Say goodbye, Taylor.
Yes, I will say goodbye. It has been... Oh, I'm gonna cry. No, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every minute. I hope you stay for the next stuff I do. But if you want to leave, that's fine.
And let us know if you want more videos like this where it's just Taylor and I talking shit about games.
Yes, yeah, absolutely taking the piss out people and games because there's nothing better in life than doing that.
That is the life.
Make sure if you've got all the way to the end of this and you've not yet, that you obviously hit the big red button, and
I was wondering what the fuck you're going for there.
I don't know, I winged it
big
again.
red button.
And also over on the other website, hit the big purple button, if you know what I mean.
I love it when they do that.
I think your purple button is different to my purple button.
Oh shit! Oh, you're talking about something else. Huh?
No, you've got me all confused.
We got creepy. Let's end it.
I meant Twitch. I don't know what. I have no idea what the fuck you meant. What purple button are you on about?
Nothing. Leave my purple button.
Oh god. Oh no. Okay.
Alright, that is the perfect way to end it.
That is it.
We always fucking end it on like creepy.
Everything's absolutely splendid. Walking down the street.